Welcome to Yoga Tips at Unplug. My name is Tricia Glynn, and today we're going over an advanced transition between dancer and balancing half moon. All of my classes that I teach here are all levels, and one of the reasons we're doing this yoga tip is to show you that you can have people in a class who are advanced, and I'm also going to give you those modifications if you're newer to yoga or if you're just looking for something a little bit more gentle. Remember, our yoga practice isn't about being fancy and what it looks like on the outside. It's about how it shifts and changes your energy on the inside, right? So if this is challenging for you, remember, I'm going to start with the advanced. I'm going to give you kind of some steps down to a more of a beginner approach as well. So hang tight. If you start this video and it looks like it's too much, don't worry. The beginning option is going to be at the end. All right. So we're going to start first with a dancer pose, which is a tough balance in itself. Your knees are nice and soft here. Your tailbone's down, your core's engaged, and your shoulder blades are down the back. We're going to shift our weight to our left foot, and you're going to build that mountain pose through the left foot. Your right toe comes to the mat, and instantly when I come into balance, I start to feel that my weight shifts up and forward, and I start to feel that I'm pressing into the toes, and because of that, I feel pressure on the front of my standing knee. So you want to correct that. Sit back a little bit. Just draw those hips back a little bit, so using your left glute to hold you up. Lift your heart. We'll bring our left hand forward and our right hand back. Engage the core. Reach through the crown of your head. Play with the lift and lower of those right toes coming up and back. And as you start to lift and lower, you want to notice once again, if your energy is shifting up and forward, I want you to sit back and down. Use your left glute. Engage your core. Some of you may be able to hold the leg up there. Maybe you can find a foot. Remember, multi-level. So if this is too much, just put that foot down. Stand and breathe for a little while. That's okay too. We're going to draw that hip forward so you get a nice stretch in the front of that right hip. Engage the core. Let that hand fall nice and soft here in the front so there's no tension in the left shoulder. Now reach forward, and as you lift that leg, you don't want to let the belly fall. You don't want to collapse the lumbar. You want to squeeze the core even tighter coming into a back bend to protect that super flexy lumbar spine. Reach forward and lift up into your dancer pose. Now coming down to that balancing half moon, you have a couple options. You can hold on to this foot, bend the left knee, really press down through that left foot, reach out, and come on down slow. I'm using legs and core, I'm using oblique, I'm using it all to hold up here. Now extend, come on out. Flex that left foot, reach up to the sky, peel yourself open. Now peel that right hip open, and sometimes it helps to flex that right foot and turn those toes like you're trying to turn them up to the sky and lift up and reach. Now if you can really press into that left foot, bend that knee. We're going to try to come back up. Bend the knee. Maybe find the foot. Bend that left knee as much as you need to get nice and low. Squeeze the core, maybe fingertips. Reach forward. Use that core to come back up and back to that dancer. And then come back to your standing posture. All right, that's hard. So if that was too much, a couple little options you can work through to get there. I held my foot the whole way down. Another way that you can kind of move into the pose is from your dancer. If I'm in my dancer pose here, I can release the foot sooner. So I'm in that dancer pose, and instead of taking my hand and bringing it all the way down to that block with holding on to this foot, I can stretch out, release. Helps if I extend my limbs first, gives me a little more balance to come on down. Reach up through that right hand and peel open. And then as we come up, bend the knee, find the foot, bend into that left knee, press, and lift. It's an advanced posture. It's going to take a little bit of play. If that doesn't sound like fun at all, then we really modify it. These are two postures, so you can break up those poses. You can do just the dancer. You can do maybe just playing with the idea of lifting and lowering that foot. maybe just give yourself a quad stretch. You can always bring a chair as well, and you have a holding onto a chair for a balance pose to the back of a chair. Put the foot down, safely fold. Hands to thighs is a nice way to come on down, so you have a little extra support for your low back if you need it, and find those blocks. Now from here, I'm going to shift my weight forward so my shoulders are over my wrists. Play with the idea of lifting and lowering that right leg. Squeeze your core, use your glute, not your low back, to lift that leg. Maybe hold it up there. Start to open that hip up. Press down through the left hand and the left foot. Bend that knee. Maybe play with the idea of lifting that right hand up. Maybe the hand comes to the hip one day. It doesn't have to be today. Peel open. Reach up. A nice way to practice balancing half moon is also up against a wall, right? And then when everybody comes back up, remember, you can go back to that forward fold. Sit back. Come on up to standing. And then play with that lift and lower if you want to try another dancer. So that's our yoga tip for today. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great day. Namaste.